Yo, 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 what's up, y'all? I got another video for y'all. Number one, what do you guys think? You guys think I should put my mic cover on this? You know what I'm saying? Give a little bit more of a professional look, I guess, That'd be kind of cool. Probably could. I could if I wanted to. But yeah, so let's get straight to it, man. I knew I would have a second video for y'all today. It was a lot of things going on today that I was just like, and it's still going on. I just took the time to make the video right now for y'all. So, remember what we was talking about earlier, you know what I mean, and about the pot boiler, you know what I mean, and doing the things that you love, you know what I'm saying, instead of just doing things for money. You feel me? Um, yeah, that one came into play today. So I remember I was talking to God the other day, and I was deciding between um a couple jobs, right? And I remember I see your God, you feel me? Like, give me a sign, on give me a direct sign for the job that you want me to have, that you think I should have. And I asked him for that the other day. And he came through because I was actually going to give the other job a call today because I was waiting to hear back from them. And before I even got my car to drive, they already called me. It was like, hey, we can start you a lot sooner. I was like, ain't this something? I was like, ain't this something right here? I was like, okay, cool, bet. And I was like, all right, God, I heard you. God, I peeped. You feel me? All right, I got you. So with that being said, with this other job, it's a lot of unknown that I don't know yet. I really don't know what to expect until walking into this position. This is something I'm fairly familiar with as far as people, like working with people, you know what I mean? I worked with people. We work with people all the time, right? And I service people before in my, as a barber, as cutting hair, as some of the other businesses that I've had the opportunity to be a part of, right? But this one, I don't know. This is all fairly new to me. But I said, okay, cool. I got the sign, And the one thing about me, if you guys haven't noticed, is that I'm a person who does not like not knowing. I'm one of those guys. I am one of those guys. But you see, something that I'm understanding now is that that's why, God is so important. Is that it's not meant for us to know everything. If we knew everything, what would be the importance of God? If I could tell you how your whole entire life is going to plan out, when this is going to happen, when that is going to happen, how this is going to happen, what's the point of God? What's the point of having faith? What's the point of believing? What's the point of being patient? What's the point of, going through the seasons, developing as a person, you know what I mean? And after that season has passed, realize that that season served a big purpose in your life and allowed you to become better than, who you once was before that. Who knows the area of life that you need to improve on? If I was able to tell you every single area in my life that I need to improve on and how to improve on it, what do I need God for? I would be a perfect human being walking this earth, right or wrong. If I knew everything, what would God's purpose be here, right? So it's like, okay. I said, okay, cool. I said, you know what, God? I know you have the right answer for me. I asked you for the sign. You gave me the sign. You showed me directly what's up. I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to go against it. I'm going to go ahead and fulfill, and follow, what you got for me because I trust in you, And I remember, even after I got the call and after I got done handling some of the things I had to do, I remember just sitting in my car, you know, and I'm sitting in my car and I'm getting so antsy sitting in my car. I'm telling you, I do not like not knowing stuff. I always like to be prepared. I always like to have a plan. I always like to have a feel on any type of situation that I walk into. Always, always, always. That's just how I've always been. But again, this is something that I have no idea. I literally have no idea. And don't let me lie to y'all. Yeah, I know I'm gonna go ahead and still try to figure out as much as I can about it. But when it's all said and done, there's certain areas that I don't know until I experience, And I told myself that if I go off what I see right now, if I go off what I believe is the best option right now, they may not be the best option later down the line. You understand? Because the best option right now will always be in the, an ideal matter is making more money. I mean, money's a tool here that we all use to, bring more freedom, you know, and and better quality to our life. So something that a lot of us, put um at a high pedestal, such as myself, but not over people. I just understand, what money is. Money is not more important to people, of course not, but money is still essentially important. And God wants us to have that for us. That's why He made it for us, right? Makes sense. Cool. So I was like, all right, God, look, I don't know what I'm gonna expect, bro. I don't know what I'm about to walk into, God, but I know you got me. I know you'll help me figure it out. I know you already know. And all I have to do is follow you and believe in you, and everything will work out, you know? So it's crazy because I literally started to feel the same things that I used to feel before when I used to hit that roadblock of uncertainty. Before, when I used to run into uncertainty, I would result back into doing things that brought me comfort, right? Rather it was eating, because I used to eat for comfort, um, or rather it was, engaging into other things that brought me comfort, right? And I would do that, and I felt myself like antsy, like wanting to do it earlier. And I remember saying to myself, how much faith do you really have in God? You know, how much faith do you really have in God, bro? That when you get to a point of uncertainty, that the first thing you do is run towards what makes you comfortable. Well, we know that if we continue to run to things that make us comfortable, then we're not growing. We're ultimately being stagnant. And it's easy for us to talk about God and believing in God and how God is so great and all these things when things in life is going accordingly or it's going in a way that we intended them to go. It's easy. It's easy, right? It's easy for me to do that. It's easy for me to get on here and tell you about God and, tell you about how great He is and things like that when I can see things, right? It's easy. But what about through the times of challenge? What about through the times of unknown? What about through the times of uncertainty? Am I still on here telling y'all the same thing? Am I still on here feeling the same way about the situation? Do I still have the same type of, faith, the same level of submission towards God when I come across these times of uncertainty? And then, like I said, you gotta ask yourself, well, how much do I really believe in God? How much faith do I really have in God? That every time I experience unknown uncertainty, I run back towards what makes me comfortable. That's not having faith in God. Having faith in God is when times get hard and times are unsure and you have uncertainty, that's when I turn to God. That's when I turn to God even more. Let me put it like that. That's when you turn to God even more. That's when you lean on Him even more. That's when you talk to Him, and that's when you grow with Him even more. Right? Me and you don't know how strong of a bond you and I have until we're tested. Right? Most of my close friendships from childhood or anything like that, me and those people have been tested together, and I've been able to see who they really are during those moments of being tested. And that's why I never used to like the hypothetical games. When somebody sees something on the news and see this guy or this person do something crazy or do something that's just from the outside looking in, like, damn, that don't make any sense, that was dumb, or I would never do that, or this and that. Well, I used to always say when those conversations came up was, never say what you would or wouldn't do until you are in that situation. Because from the outside looking in, everybody has the perfect answer. It's so easy to have the perfect answer on what not to do and what you should do. But it's until you're in that situation that you have to make the decision that's best suitable. See what I'm saying? That's why I don't play the hypothetical games. because everybody's a superhero on the hypothetical. You know, that's why you have people who when they watch sports say, I would have caught that. I would have caught that. You know, or I would have made that shot. It's like, hypothetically, yeah. But in reality, that player, let's say basketball, that player is inside of an arena full of 20,000 people screaming for him to miss that shot, yelling at him in the most intensified moments of that night. You wouldn't know what you'll do in that situation. You might not even have the courage to get on the floor, step on the court, even be in a position to take a shot like that. But hypothetically, you could be anything you want to be. See what I'm saying? So, something like I just kind of want to include for today, just continue to put out there, you know, as I releases this video for today. Was you gotta turn and lean on God for everything, especially in times of unknown and uncertainty. Because I've been asking God for the things that I want in life, and God will always answer. He doesn't answer on your timing. Most people here, we want things right now. That's not how God works. God don't work for us, bro. We don't lift our finger and tell God to go do this, and he goes and does that. It doesn't work like that. He'll help us. He'll do it, and that's the thing. You can ask him, and he'll give you what you're asking for sure. It just wouldn't be in a way that you thought. You'll get it though, but it ain't gonna be in a way that you thought or that you anticipated, because a mortal mind cannot compete with a God. We are mortals. We're here living and existing on this earth. How can you compete with something that created you? It's not even close. You can't think or fathom anything that God is capable of doing. Remember, he created everybody here. So to your family, to all your friends, to the people you work with, to the people you drive past in traffic, to the people you see at Walmart, to the people you see on the side of the road, to the people you see, you know, everywhere. God is responsible, and he created all of them. So how are you trying to fathom how God thinks? It's impossible. I put it more on a simplistic scale of things, just to kind of put things into a little bit of a better perspective. Let's say that you are an employee of a warehouse job, and that warehouse consists of 200 people. And inside that warehouse, there are probably only 5 managers. So that will give ideally each manager 20 people. Wait, what I say? 200 people, 5 managers, 40. Okay, cool. 40. Each manager has to manage and handle 40 people. And here you go, thinking that you could do the job of the manager and make all the right decisions as an employee, only seeing it from one way, only seeing things and understanding things from your perspective, and not knowing that that manager is responsible for 39 other people, and that when he makes a decision, it has to evolve and include everyone else in that decision that he makes. He cannot make a decision based off solely you. He may understand your requests, they may understand what you want, but it has to happen in a timely manner because they're managing 39 other people. Now imagine God, who has to manage the entire world. You're just one person here. But we think that, that in our minds we think that it's just us. No. He gonna come through. We gonna be all right. So thank you, man. To a short video, like I said, just wanted to come on, make a short video for y'all, post it for y'all. Continue to, do what I like to do what I love to do. You feel me? This is what I like to do, y'all. I told you I love to learn, I love to conversate. I love to, extend my perspective. Um, and develop to be a better person while I'm here. Get a better understanding why I'm here. And then, like I said, in my own personal life, when I come into a situation, another example would be when I go into a situation and someone says something to me that's that's like nowhere near, nowhere even close what vibe I'm on or anything like that. And it could, even if it's from a negative way, I can understand that that person may be going through something or have something else going on in their life that will cause them to project or say certain things, because I understand that's not where I'm at. So when you know where you're at and you know where you stand and you know that you're with God, it's much easier to see through other things that's happening around you because you got God first. So someone just come out the left field with a statement, you're like, damn, I wonder if bro's okay. Instead of taking it personal, like, who is this guy talking to? I'm like, damn, what would make him say that? Is he cool? Like, what's up with cuz? Like, he alright? Like, cool. Dick. Cool. Alright, that's it, this video, y'all. More to come. Y'all know what's up, man. Y'all know what it is, bro. I'm K Sean, man. More to come. More to come, more to come, more to come. Guys, get it! ISO!